Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 3 of my visit to Vintage Retreat in Northampton, and yeah, it's the usual tale of that's nice and I don't know what that is. So yeah, I've still got a cold. It's not genius, but I'm ploughing on regardless anyway. So let's get on and have a look at some glass, eh? Got a green cedar. So this is Swedish bud vase, 1970s. Yeah, I know exactly it is, but dun, 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 down here is another bud vase right in the back. Dun, dun, dun. And yeah, that's Whitefriars. I can't remember what year it is. It's the 60s or 70s, I think. But that's a Whitefriars bud vase. And what do they want for it? £8. So it's actually cheaper than the cedar one, but I think it's probably a bit more collectible. So yeah, that's quite interesting little thing. We've got one. Ours isn't as good as this one because my wife uses it a lot. But anyway, there. We're looking at the Whitefriars 1964 catalogue downloaded from the whitefriarsglassworks.com website. And yeah, here is the bud vase. It's this bigger one here, this 10.5 inch one, which is a 9485. And in one of the later catalogues, it's in dark red as well. I think I've seen it in dark red. I don't know about any other colours. Oh, hang on. Actually, it tells you the colours here. Arctic blue, ocean green, twilight and flint. So there are other colours, and later on there's ruby, I think, as well. Check out this candlestick. It looks like something Nachman would do. I'm not 100% certain. This bit here doesn't look very... It might still be Nachman, but this looks a bit too fussy for them. They just like to just have it go plain. But I will try and find this candlestick because it's quite a big, impressive one. What have they got on it? $29.99. Let's see who made it. So I had some misgivings, but it turns out that it is by Nachman. So it's German, 20th century. Don't know exactly when, but this one has a label on it. Let me show you. If we scroll down, there you go. So it's a paper label, which means it's going to be earlier, but it just says Germany, okay, which makes it post 1990. Berlin Wall went down the year before. If it said West Germany, then you'd know it'd be pre that, but it only says Germany. So we know it's post 1990. There used to be more stalls down here, but they seem to have moved up here now. What's funny here is this is a Northampton thing. So this is Sofa King. And their lorries used to have Sofa King Good written on the side of them, and yeah, I think there was some sort of litigation. I'm not sure what happened in the end. Don't know if they stayed as Sofa King Good, but yeah, there's lots of probably different ways of putting that on. I bet if they weren't allowed that, they'd put something else on. So I know this is diversion from glass, but yeah, whilst I was at Vintage Retreat, I actually met the owner of Northampton Sofa King. So he sold the original Sofa King and he started up a new business as Northampton Sofa King. And yeah, this is it. It's on Facebook, and we had a little chat about the story about the... In fact, I found a little article about it from 2007. Sofa King Grey, Sofa King Comfortable, Sofa King Cheap, Sofa King Easy.
so freaking quick. So yeah, I don't think there was actually any kind of like people did complain about the name and how it was used, and he doesn't really care that much about that. He thinks it's funny, and I do too, and it's Northampton, and looking at this, there's lots of stuff about puns about it and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, put Northampton on the map for a while.
This is quite a nice fish. I quite like the way the colour goes back like this. It gives it more of a, it's going through the water, look. It's £25 though. So Dave said Morana, it's Romanian, made at the Padua Niagara factory, but it is from the 70s. So it isn't a modernish, newish kind of thing. So yeah, it's still a good thing. And this one, I really like the way this is done. A few bits and pieces in here, nothing too exciting. There's this like Davidson's Jacobean jug there, down below. This is Davidson's Chippendale bowl. It's quite a big one, which is quite nice, and it's only £10, which is good. This is what, it's a really good shape. And it looks really good quality, but the question is, can I get it out without breaking anything? Just move that. I think I can. Yes, 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 it's coming quite nicely. Oh, is it marked? Marked, please be marked. Can I see a mark on it anywhere? No. That is a good thing. It's probably someone, I don't think it's Stuart, it's probably something like Webb, Corbett, Webb, you know, Stevens and Williams, one of these kind of companies. It's a good one. It's acid polished, so it is from the 1930s probably, just looking at the shape of it. It's going back. It's £12.50. It's such a good shape though. So, zooming in on this bowl here, George the 7th, 1937. So, what I have been led to believe is that Edward VIII, he abdicated before he got crowned, but everybody had been making stuff for Edward VIII. So if he actually has the king that was coronated, if you're a collector of these kind of things, like George VI, that's a bit rarer, because they were busy selling it like crazy, and he went, nope, I'm marrying this other lady, you don't like it, so I'm out of here.
So, I'd previously been led to believe that there were more Edward VIII things than there were for George VI. But, yeah, when I'm looking around, I don't think that's quite true. I might still be wrong. It might be that more were made and then chucked. And if it's glass, shoved back into the furnace. So these are the sort of like the George VI ones. I found this one nicely laid out, £9.95. So this is it. Nobody's telling me who made them. I know there's a few companies that are making this type of ware. They must have some machine for putting these little blibbies on, because the one for Edward VIII is exactly the same, apart from it says Edward VIII. So yeah, this one's £45, but then some of these are more expensive as well. I mean, I've seen these up to £60, and that one was £4.99, which is there's none that are that cheap, even if you don't count postage on top. So yeah, £4.99 is going to be as cheap as you're going to get it anywhere.
These are weird. I think they're 6, so they must be drinking glasses, but they're not your usual fare. They're a bit like the Whitefriars Trail vases, but they're not. They don't have a pontle, so the body is just like probably press molded somehow. And then they've put this on afterwards, the trail. And they're, looks like they're $4.99 each. And they've got a cut rim. So yeah, I have no idea what those are. Just saw this. Now, it's got the label J.G. Duran on it. So, Crystal J.G. Duran. It's French. Never seen that before. So they actually own Crystal Dark and Arca Rock and all of these makers. But I've never actually seen them do something like that under their own name with their own label on it. So that's a bit unusual.
So yeah, I quite fancied that fish. £7. It seemed too stylish for £7. I found two here. And, you know, G. Durant, they own Crystal Dark, Arca Rock, all these other sort of like big mass producer names. So, yeah, to have their own name, which is the parent company name, on something, they must be saying it's a bit better. And, yeah, so these ones here, there's two here, $28.60 and $31.69, both on eBay. I did find this one here on Etsy for £72. It's got a paper label, so it's probably a bit older than that one with the plastic label. And I was looking at it, and I found this on eBay. This is a Lilique fish, and I'm thinking, this doesn't look as good as this. It's a bit small and lumpen, really, by comparison. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing, but that is a bit more stylish. Anyway, just my thoughts.
Check these out. I think these are. Check these out. I think these are Czech. I think a lot of this stuff is hand painted, but very quickly by someone that's just doing piles of them and cut rims. It's probably from the 50s or 60s. £20. What's he got written on it? Vintage lemonade set. How many glasses he's got? 5. So let's have a play, see if we can find these. I don't want to speculate on the maker because I'm going to get it wrong, I know.
So somewhere online I have seen Crystal X catalogues from the 50s and 60s that have more of this type of jug. So this is the only one that's kind of like it. This is the Czech Glass Guide. I know there's more. I can't find it. I think it's a Crystal X jug. And glasses, they're usually very lightweight. The glasses are particularly lightweight, and they have this like hand painted look to them. I don't know if they really are hand painted or not, but yeah, the gilt looks like it's whoosh 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 done. So anyway, this one's a bit more fancy, but yeah, that's what I think it is, but I can't make any guarantees.
Some people have also got this one here, which they've listed as Vans as well, which I've not seen before, with these light handles on it, and it's big as well. And then I didn't check the price. What, $28 on this one? Yeah, that is cool with these handles on it. And we can try and find that as well, I think.
As I hadn't seen that one with handles before, I thought I'd try and find it, and I found one. I think the angles are not quite exactly the same, but what's nice about this particular one is this here. Dun dun dun. It's got the original label on it, paper label, and with a bit of ribbon as well. And it says Vans Le Châtel, France. So, yep, it's definitely Vans.
So, still in the same place. Got all these things. I know that's Bagley. I think this one's Bagley as well. But this here, this is American, and it's £6. Yeah, looks like old school tulips. I don't know We're going to try and find this for £6. Let's see what the American price for it is. It looks perfect. They don't mention any damage. Yeah, it's got no feet on it. It's just got a ring foot. But yeah, we'll try and find this.
The last couple of times I've tried to use David Dottie's excellent American Carnival Glass website, I've failed miserably, which is really unusual. As like I normally have like about a 90-95% hit rate for finding things that I don't know because it's laid out so nicely. But anyway, I did find this, and I thought I'd go through the usual process just to show you. So this is the home page. Click on bowls and plates, and then you've got all of this. And I'm not going to do this because I know what it's called already because I've hunted it down and it's way down here at the bottom. Yeah, you just have to keep going until you find it. And here it is. It's called Windflower. Click on that. Windflower by Duggan. Duggan's not a common name in the UK. I don't know how common it is in the US, but I don't think a lot of it was exported to the UK. So I then, from here, because this page doesn't really give you dates and stuff, so it just gives you a description. But I normally go to Carnival Glass. I typed in Duggan Windflower, and these two popped up, and we've got one which is a plate and one which is like a ruffled bowl like we were looking at, but it's blue, so we don't have an exact match. Now if we look at this one here, it was $45, and yeah, it's the same colour as the one we had, but it's not a ruffled bowl. And then you've got this one here, and strangely enough, this is actually the same price, so $45. Now some I've seen that it says this is rare in blue, but I don't know if it's the plate. And that's what we really have to know these things. He's got a date on here, circa 1915, so that's all good, and we know it's $45. I can't remember how much it was there, but anyway, it's going to be much cheaper than that.
This is where I was wishing I brought my UV light. So £18, 6 pieces. Wondering if there's a candlestick missing. I think this is Sowerby. I might be wrong. It's, and I think I've seen it with bowls which have this little serrated edge. Oh, the dish has a little serrated edge as well. But yeah, let's try and find this one. He says 1920s. I think it's a bit later, but we will try and find it.
Here we're looking at Wakeful Council Museum Collections website, and this is the trinket set we were looking at. It's called Rutland, pattern number 3078, 1939 to 75. Now, I was sure it came with a different tray as well, so I went and had a look in glasstrinketsets.com. Dun, dun, dun. Found it here. This is, you have to plough your way through the little bits on here, but you've got lots of different makers, so it's just a different way of looking for things. And yeah, so look, here's the different tray. So you've got the tray which has just got like a rounded edge, like the one that we were looking at, and then you've got this one which has got like the serrated edge. Does that get bigger than that? No. Is that a better picture of it? Oh, there's a better picture of it. You can see with this serrated edge like this.
Another Romanian fish. I think I prefer the patterning on the other one. This one looks like it's just sitting around in the water. What have they got written on it? Murano fish, £20. This one, you see how the foot is, or the tail. I think this one can stand up like a vase. This is such a narrow base though, you wouldn't want to put anything in there because it would tip easily. But yeah, Romanian fish. Got this Chance Brothers hammered handkerchief vase. But we've also got this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about those. They're very light. But we've also got these. So these are Sowerby 2631, 1930s. But this underneath, this is Polish. I think it's Julius Niemann. And it's also from the 1930s as well. And I think they got killed by the war, so to speak. So I don't think, like, these would have been carried on being made after the war, but these not.
We're looking at the Sowerby 1940 catalogue, downloaded from the victorianpressglass.com website. And yeah, for some reason it's got this big bit of yellow across the middle of it. I don't know, but anyway, these are the little bowls that we were looking at, the little small ones, and blue is one of the colours. Yay! So it's Sowerby 2631s. Then the other bowl, the big fruit bowl. So got no catalogues for Stolly Nyman or Julius Nyman, whatever. It's got several names, but well, those three names are the ones that appear in it, but I'm not sure what order they're really supposed to be in because I haven't found anything really official on them. But anyway, here's one of the bowls on Etsy. Is that actually still for sale? I didn't actually check that one. Let's see, because Etsy would have some extra. No, it's gone. Wow, see item details. Does it tell you? £20. So yeah. So that's the bowl. If we go back, you can see actually £20 seems to be the price for them, because this one's 21, this one's 20, that one's 21, that one's 20. So J. Stolly Nyman, what's he got? J. Stolly Nyman, Stolly Nyman, yeah. So yeah, this is the other one, and it's from Poland, and it's 1930s. So yeah, two different countries, one from the UK, one from Poland. The UK one's a bit more common, as you'd expect. The Poland one's not so common, but not usually in blue. Normally you see them in this bright green colour. I don't know if it's real uranium glass, but anyway, that's what they are. So I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, in this episode of Vintage Retreat, I think the stars were the Vans bowls, real like coffee table stuff, statement pieces, and the little Durant fish. Yeah, the French were on top this time, and yeah, so yeah, the really long bowl was actually quite cool. I think if you had that kind of room, or you wanted to put it, if you had got a clear windowsill and you want something just to lie out on your windowsill like that, as long as it didn't refract glass and burn your house down, yeah, that's fine. I'll tell you a story on that. I actually stopped my father-in-law's house from burning down one time because he'd got leaded windows. Some of them were bullseyes, and we'd all been out somewhere. We came back. Sun was low in the sky, and yeah, one of the curtains was on fire. Anyway, it was on like a half landing, and I just ran straight up the stairs, grabbed the curtain, wrenched it off the wall, crumpled the fire into the middle of it, and stomped on it a few times, and the fire was out. So, real, 2 seconds of drama. But anyway, yeah, so you be careful of that. Refractive glass in your windows. He's saying that he's got like loads of decanters in my window just here, but there's nothing for it really to catch fire and rip apart. Anyway, with that said, what am I going to do? Yes, all the references I use will be in the description below. All the contact details for Vintage Retreat will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe, because yeah, it really helps my channel. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. Good night.